Open your mind and journey through the cosmos of the universe. This is Bridging Realms with Dr. Jean Carlisle and False Freedom 691.
Welcome to another edition of Bridging Realms. I am False Freedom 691.
And I'm Dr. Jean Carlisle. I'm glad to see you, False. You can, as you can see there, guys, False is off the grid. Haven't seen him in a couple of weeks, actually. I'd say, since we did some testing of on some coronavirus cures and such before kind of losing contact for a little bit.
Yeah, I broke social distancing and I was kind of just ignoring all laws. I was coughing on children. I realized that I'm probably immune from working at that GameStop for so long. So I kind of went buck wild for a little while there, and I took ran down a drug dealer and I took a bunch of mushrooms, and now I'm in this basement, but I've got all of my recording equipment, so it's really not that big of a deal.
Really good. Stay tech savvy. Always got your stuff on you.
Yeah, I carry a large messenger bag with many patches on it, and it holds all my recording equipment.
That's good. Always got that stuff on you. Always ready to record, especially off the grid, so we can bring this research and these conversations to you each and every week here on Bridging Realms. We did do some COVID research. We are still in the grips of the coronavirus pandemic, hence why we are recording separately, remotely, keeping our social distance. I know False doesn't exactly believe in this virus right now. He is off the grid for a myriad of fucking reasons why one would be off the grid right now. He'll name them as we go because times are crazy.
I always wanted to be off the grid like my idol Jesse Ventura anyway, and this just seemed like the perfect time to really do it, really embrace it.
Yeah, and hopefully I can be the one to break the news to you, to False. I don't know how good your internet connection has been up until now, if you've checked the news, but Jesse Ventura does keep dropping hints that he will be running for president. He may be our Obi-Wan Kenobi here. He may be our only hope.
It's all over Pornhub, Doc, man. I'm excited. I'm pumped for my man running for president.
Yes, hopefully he does a lot of campaigning there, gets the word out on Pornhub. But yeah, man, I'm really pulling for it. I think he could really just fucking destroy Trump, especially on the debate stage. Guy can cut a hell of a promo, and I think he's possibly our country's one true hope.
It's really the way I see it. If Jesse runs, either Jesse or Trump wins, so I win. I win no matter what.
That's true. You would win there, and I'm. This is no offense to the QAnon crowd or anything, but if they kind of herald Trump as this white knight, as one of our own, as we got somebody who believes in conspiracy culture in the White House. I personally don't see that in Trump. I think that would be Jesse Ventura. I think that's getting one of our own into the White House. He had a fucking show, a very good, reputable show.
Much better than The Apprentice.
Fuck yeah, much better than The Apprentice. Much more watchable, much more bingeable. Check it out.
You want to talk about apprentices? So Donald Trump had Bret Michaels as an apprentice. Not shabby. Like Bret Michaels, that's a solid apprentice to have. Omarosa, solid apprentice. But Jesse Ventura's apprentices were his loser son, Tyler,
Yes.
and who looks like a reptilian. Totally looks like a reptilian. And Oliver Stone's loser ass son.
I love that. I love that. I thought, I loved the team he put together there. It's reminding me right now. I think that his show set such a precedent in conspiracy world, and such a precedent for these docu-series. You can see the groundwork if you watch Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura. You can see the groundwork for things like Unidentified on the History Channel, and the currently running Secret of Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah.
They've all got a team. They're all meeting in this little fucking boardroom type of thing. They found an astrophysicist with a southern accent,
That they did.
Yeah, which that's no easy feat there. So, they're checking all the boxes, and they're trying to fill all the holes that Jesse Ventura filled.
You want to talk about a massive hole that Jesse Ventura filled? That's Alex Jones. Alex Jones was on that show all the time before he was Alex Jones.
That's true. That's true. And, if we're talking about uniting conspiracy culture, if we're talking about, getting all of conspiracy culture united in a solid vote for a presidential candidate right there, Jesse's going to get the Alex Jones crowd in behind him. It's going to unite. It's going to reunite the country, I think, if he runs.
Yeah, and who's to say we don't see an Alex Jones VP on the ticket? I mean,
Oh, fuck!
wouldn't want to see AJ VP.
Don't tease me like that, dude. I can only get so hard talking about this, and I've got a rock hard boner right now, just thinking about Ventura on the ticket, man. And if you I don't know who his tag team partner would be there, but anybody could take down Pence.
Yeah.
So, but Pence is not good on the mic, but fucking Ventura, I think on the mic would just destroy Trump. It'd be like it'd be like The Rock getting up there, on the mic and just killing.
Here's a question for you, Doc. I know you dabble in the pro wrestling world from time to time. This is a pretty tough scenario here.
Right.
Where does Vince lie in this scenario? So he's got Jesse running for president, but he's got his BFF, Donnie Trump, in the White House already.
Right, and that's a big deal. I think we're coming up on this election year where Vince McMahon, head of World Wrestling Entertainment, could actually have a big influence on our presidential election. He is best friends with the president. He is advising him right now on how to reopen the country. Right.
Right.
Along with Dana White, who's getting his own fucking private island for fights.
Yeah.
Which we've known there's been private islands for underground fights, underground sex, underground pro wrestling. I'm sure Vince McMahon has got some underground stuff going on on some sort of private island too. They've all got them, so I think this is a huge time. This is a huge time for Vince McMahon. I think he would ultimately side with the money. He would side probably with Donald. He's never been one to always side with the talent. He protects them. Like with Jimmy Snuka when he covered up that girl's murder.
Oh yeah.
He protects them. but we'll definitely like sell them down the river because they are not employees, they're independent contractors. And he's a solid businessman. He knows how to fuck over an employee. So I see him backing Trump. Trump got them essential in Florida. Pro wrestling is essential in Florida. I know it's an essential part of my life and a lot of people's lives online.
Hey, folks, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, get into the topic at hand. All right, and we are back. Guys, the topic at hand today is something very close to the world that Dr. Gene operates in.
Right. Yeah, we're talking UFOs today, and there's been a lot of UFOs in the news. So this has been mainstream. So hopefully it won't fuck with our stream or get our shit taken down. We just had to take that little break there because we started having some technical difficulties. You start talking about, Donald Trump and the economy and coronavirus right now, and they're gonna censor you. You know, there's a fuck ton of censorship going down. So that's gonna happen. So we're gonna lay off a little bit. We're gonna talk UFOs. We're gonna lay off the COVID stuff. Even though I can say we have been doing the research, we have our sources within the government, within the WHO and stuff, and our sources are telling us, we can't say much yet, but we can confirm that we're not being told the entire story. You know what I mean? Um, we're not being told the whole story. This definitely did not come from where they're telling us it came from, and the disease, the virus, is not exactly what we're being told. That's all I can say right now until I can confirm more with my sources.
Yeah, and guys, these sources are deep undercover, so
They're
this
fucking tight. They are
it,
tight sources.
it might be a one-time contact, it a might be a chance encounter on a basketball court.
Could be an email.
Yeah, could be you can't trace emails. You can't find out who sent an email.
Yeah. So we have a lot of sources. They are inside. They are airtight, and we're doing that research for you to get this info out to you guys. So one thing that we didn't have to do much research for that got out to everybody through the mainstream media this week is UFOs. The Pentagon
Yeah.
put out through CNN, through all the bullshit mainstream media, confirmation that the videos, the Tic Tac video, the gimbal video released by Tom DeLonge into the Stars are real. They confirmed they are real, that they do come from the government. We already had this confirmation. The Navy had already confirmed this, and then Tom DeLonge has been waving these videos around for fucking ever. So, I don't know how many times I've seen that Tic Tac video. So it's kind of old news on the Pentagon's part, but new news to a lot of people who don't pay attention to shit or only pay attention to the mainstream media.
Yeah, and if you really think about it, it's not really that impressive that Tom even got his hands on it at all. Really, got to be honest, it kind of sucks that he got it. Like, kind of makes me think less of him.
I'm seeing a lot of that shit in the news right now, and I understand it. You gotta look at where your stuff's coming from here. A lot of these people in conspiracy culture in the UFO world are fucking government shills. They're taking this info straight from the government and just putting it out there to us, just feeding us bullshit. But you just got to look at the way it is here. This is a weird situation. There's a lot of people out there like us putting out the real information. doing the real research. Um, Tom DeLonge and To the Stars say that they're doing the research, that they're putting this out there for the people. But who's to say? I mean, this guy, this guy's, he's part of the biggest band of all time. I'll go ahead and say it, Blink 182. Biggest band of all time. He's part of this band, and he leaves that. He quits the greatest band of all time to 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 research UFOs. I mean, that's noble as shit. I'll tell you that. That's fucking noble as shit.
But it was kind of like, I want to prove I can make shitty music too, so he started Angels and Airwaves, just so he could really suck, the better part of 15.
Agree to disagree on that. I will say he's done a lot for the space rock genre. So props to him for his contributions there. But he is just shilling some government bullshit. I respect the guy. I do think he's done some amazing things. But in this situation, from where we stand in the UFO community, I just have to question his motives. I feel like he's got himself mixed up in some weird shit, and that they're feeding him information, and he's feeding it to us. He's basically he's a government shill, basically.
He is a government shill, and I'm not too fond of the way he deletes his social media after he posted it. So he really, those of you not in the know, you can look on Bridging Realms Instagram story. Tom dunked hard on Neil deGrasse Tyson, and
well, I mean, Neil fired first.
He did, but Tom
Neil hates UFOs.
Neil
fucking hates UFOs.
Neil wasn't really going after Tom though. Neil was more so going after the fact that the Pentagon had released the videos. Like, we don't fucking anything.
Yeah, he hates UFOs. He hates aliens more. He definitely wants to put it out there that there are no aliens and stuff, so he feels fucking superior. But Tom really let him have it. He gave him some truth on fucking Twitter.
Yeah, he dunked all over him, and yeah, Neil doesn't want there to be any planets even.
Yeah, dude. Neil sometimes seems really anti-space and anti-planets for how sciencey he is, and how he wants to stand in front of a green screen and make it look like he's on a ship and fly all around the cosmos and shit. He seems pretty anti-cosmos for sometimes, and it pisses me off. So props to Tom for coming at him. No props to Twitter for attacking Tom to the point that he had to delete these tweets. I feel for him there, because he was just standing up for truth.
I have something. I actually have a task for our listeners, guys. Sometimes there's stuff that the doc and I can't quite get to in our research, and especially with COVID right now, we're constantly hammering away at the research. I have a new theory I've just hatched, and I'm asking for your help researching it. I want you to comb Neil deGrasse Tyson's Twitter account and find me all the times he's sounded like a flat earther. I want to expose Neil deGrasse Tyson as a secret flat earther, and I need the help of you, the listener.
That's a really good point. We've talked about this before. I think he could be. I think he's kind of secretly anti-cosmos and putting that agenda out there. Complete shill. He's full of disinformation, and full of himself, really. So yeah, I'd love that. Comb through that, guys. Tom tried to come at him, and it seems like he pulled back a little bit, which I disagree with. I think he should have come harder. think he should have come a lot harder on Neil.
I think he should have showed up in his fucking driveway. What I think should have happened.
Yeah, fucking show up in his driveway, fucking start, blasting Angels and Airwaves music at him.
Maybe use a space rock to fucking bust his windshield or something.
Right. So, folks, we want to know what you think about this. Is this soft disclosure? Is the disclosure coming even softer now, or is this harder? Is it going to come harder now? Are we going to get more disclosure? Uh, we don't know. Why is it coming now in the middle of this pandemic? Why is the Pentagon confirming UFOs? To distract us, maybe? Or is it for some sort of fake alien invasion like False would have you believe in his flat earth agenda?
Guys, the fake invasion is coming. Prepare for it. The annotation of Donald Trump as the Antichrist, it's coming. Watch for Trump to be out of in July.
That's a huge drop right there. I'm gonna say, like, False has been firing on all cylinders lately. He's gonna have to start, dropping more of these truth bombs, or I'm gonna have to start, posting the stuff that he texts me, because this guy is just going deep. He's deeper than QAnon to me. People should really be listening to these truth bombs. False, you got to get those out on Twitter, and quit. I mean, False does delete them just like Tom. You gotta maneuver around the deep state.
I'm a lot braver than QAnon. I'll show you part of my face.
That's true. QAnon will not show you who or what they are. My opinion is a psyop, but some people like False think they're the real deal. But we're gonna do that research, and we're gonna challenge them. We're gonna challenge QAnon. False is gonna put out bigger drops, bigger truth, and challenge that shit. That's what we do here at Bridging Realms.
It is, and I will be coming up with definitely hotter predictions, and these as you see my predictions turn to fact, all I ask is that you throw some Patreon dollars our way.
Yes, we will. Still fighting with Patreon to get that up, but we will have our Patreon activated, our tier system, all the extra bonus stuff that you will get for throwing your dollars our way. False definitely needs that money to keep bouncing off the grid, and until this is all over, until we can get back to Studio 51 and get back to doing the pod together and doing the research together. I think we should go to a segment. You think it's time for a segment?
I think it is. Guys, from before all our episodes were deleted, we had many classic segments, and we haven't resurrected a lot of them for fear that maybe the segments were what got some of our material deleted.
Could be.
I do have a segment I want to pull out right now, and it's NWO New World Orders.
This is very appropriate. I was wondering if this was going to be the segment you wanted to bring out. Folks, this is a segment where we talk about, the order of the world and the new world orders that will be coming along. And this is perfect for right now because the world is changing.
Yeah.
Society is changing. We are in a society that is collapsing, much like the simulation. So let's talk about some new ways to do things in the future.
Yeah, New World Order. Everybody drinks out of straw all the time. Cups have lids, cups have straws. So maybe, just maybe, we need to check into the plastic straw industry as far as the origin of COVID.
Okay, that's a hot take. You're saying straws are they could be the straw industry, big straws
Big straw.
that are responsible. That makes sense. You know, we had straws almost eliminated, and we had paper straws everywhere.
Yeah.
There for a little while, and those shits just fucking disintegrate. So
Well, now you need paper to make the masks.
that's true. We can't, and cloth too. We can't really make a cloth straw.
No. So everybody's going to be drinking out of cups with lids on them. Straws coming out. I have one back here. Got one right there.
Okay. Okay, I can jump on board with that. All right, you know, I'm gonna throw out a new world order right now. And again, this is a play on New World Order. We are not actually talking about things that the New World Order will be enforcing, but more things we'd like to see, or prediction, you know, like something that we think the New World Order or the Illuminati, the global cabal, will be enforcing. And to be honest, you know, here's a prediction from me, something that I think the cabal will be enforcing upon us is sanitary wipes. I think all this coronavirus stuff, especially if the virus ends up being a hoax, or if there is no, or the virus is not as bad. I think they've definitely been pushing hand sanitizer and sanitary wipes. I definitely stocked up. The only ones that were available at the store that I went to when I was stocking up are those dude wipes.
Mm-hmm.
The very very Axe body spray man branded dude wipes, which, you know, they're cool, they're badass. So I got a bunch of those, and now I mean I feel kind of addicted to it. I ran out of toilet paper, so I just started using the wipes, and I'm telling you, I mean, I feel so fresh and so fucking clean, you know, to completely, you know, wipe and sanitize my butthole,
Yeah.
and also my chode and my balls. Just really wiping everything down clean at every bathroom usage. Then, you know, I eventually ran out of the dude wipes, you know, so I had to just, you know, hit the Home Depot and get what I could. I did get some Clorox wipes with bleach in them, so that burned a little bit.
Yeah.
When I was cleaning, and it's kind of bleached out my asshole, and burned the hair off. So I don't have as much of a hairy asshole or hairy ass cheeks, which is cool. But it did burn, and there's no distinguishing my asshole from the rest of my skin or my butt cheeks or anything. It's like porn stars, you know. It's just a smooth hue, smooth skin asshole. I mean, it's not smooth right now. It's actually really irritated. It's very burned and irritated from the Clorox wipes, but I definitely recommend using sanitary wipes for your butthole in the quarantine and shelter at home. Keep clean, guys. I think it's definitely something they may start pushing on us with the you know, the face mask. They are starting to take our liberties, you know, take our freedoms a little bit. I know False has been pretty pissed about this. That's one reason he's in off the grid, so he doesn't have to wear a face mask and everything. Um, so they're going to start taking stuff away, and they're going to start forcing us to do stuff. And I definitely think that sanitizing your butthole and your genitals with Clorox wipes that's down the line. That's a certainty. It's going to start being forced upon us.
My next one actually goes hand in hand with yours, and the New World Order is that men's chodes will come apart, and we will have vaginas underneath.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, so as just
Fine, right
like
there. Elaborate, my friend.
just like most men, I wipe back to front, so I can pull it out and see what I've done there. With a vagina, that's not going to be possible
Right.
for us to do anymore. To go back to front. Um, so my prediction is we get the vagina. Clorox wipes are there to clean the vagina. Uh, That way, when you go back to front, you can still do it.
Okay. So I mean, I guess I'm wrapping my head around the science here. You're saying the Clorox wipes are doing similar, to what the deep state is doing to our water supply, where it's turning, where it's turning the frogs hermaphroditic and stuff.
Yeah,
So you're saying it's gonna turn you into are you gonna are you gonna have balls and your scrot too?
yeah, you will. Yeah,
Okay, okay. It's not just turning you into a woman. You'll also be a hermaphrodite. So you'll have balls and a penis and then a vagina.
it's to reestablish the male as the dominant species.
I see, and that's where I'm trying to make the connection. How will we be dominant as dudes if we also have vaginas? Wait, unless, or is it that we will then be superior because we have a penis, but we can also relate with a vagina,
There's that.
and you can scissor.
You can scissor, and yeah, I mean, pretty much the male having the vagina just eliminates the need for the female. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
I mean, I understand it tracks. It tracks. I understand. And yeah, this is a big one. Definitely, definitely gonna look into this and keep an eye out on this one. Um, because we're always looking for what the deep state is trying to do here. What the play is, what they're trying to do to us. And what's going on with the reptilians, what's going on with other extraterrestrials. Uh, and if this is a real invasion or not, or if it's fake, or if these are real, chodes and vaginas, or if it's fake, or are they trying to trick us into believing that we've got this false flag vagina going on.
Yeah, you don't want just an enormous meat. You want a real vagina.
That's right. And I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. False flags are not my bag. That's usually false freedoms kind of thing. So I'm just trying to keep him on his toes here. It's definitely a very interesting hypothesis here, for everybody becoming hermaphroditic. If I were to get a vagina, I think it'd be pretty badass. I don't think I'd be that mad about it. I'd probably try to learn to embrace it.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming down the pike, and we all need to learn. Do you have another? Do you have another New World Order, Doc?
No, actually, I don't. I my main New World Order for everyone right now is to stay safe and just care for each other. Use that new care Facebook button
Yeah.
and just spread love right now. Right now, I'm really focusing. I feel like the Earth is in a very negative place, um, and I've been looking at the things that my good friend Dr. Stephen Greer is doing right now with CE5, and we're gonna be doing a review of his documentary as soon as it comes out. Um, so yeah, I've been studying some CE5. I've been working and perfecting our own methods to get that released to you guys. So to build upon what Dr. Stephen Greer is doing and connect with even more ETs, and really get these positive vibes out there. I think now is time to really connect to the ETs and speak with them and really ask for their help. Um, the Earth is hurting right now, and I think it's time for us to call across the cosmos and get in touch with them. I think that's totally possible for us. I think it's time to bypass the Pentagon, bypass the government, bypass to the stars and all these organizations. Get people behind bridging realms, bridge that realms to the extraterrestrials.
That's an impassioned speech, and guys, I think we leave it there. I'm False Freedom 69.
All right, I'm Dr. Gene Carlisle. Thank you for uh, going with us on that ride, folks. Thank you, False, for putting up with my impassioned speech there, and hopefully you guys will uh, join us in that passion. Hopefully you all have boners too. I know I have an erection right now.